Hi, brothers and sisters in Christ. Let's dive into the Word. So today is a Gospel reading taken from Matthew chapter 5, verse 17 to 19. Um, it's very, very interesting here. He starts with, or even the chapter of Matthew chapter 5, Jesus starts with sharing his famous Sermon on the Mount. And he teaches his disciples about a couple of things, very, very, very interesting topics. And for many of them, the first time they're even hearing this in their whole lives. They heard about, or Jesus taught about the Beatitudes, how we are the salt and light of the world. And he also taught about loving our enemies. You've heard the common phrase, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you differently, to love your enemies as well. And in today's gospel reading also as well, Jesus speaks about, talking about the law of the Lord and how he is to fulfill the law. And he says this line where, do not think that I've come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. So the key word here, he says, I'm not abolishing it, I'm not removing it, I'm not creating a new law, I'm fulfilling it. And I think Jesus here was expressing it in a way how the law should be lived through his expression, through love. I think the key word here, the law of the Lord is love. And I think Jesus, why he emphasized this was the Pharisees at the time, they were so focused at the law. Many Jewish people also as well, they're focusing on a lot of many laws out there. But the people took away the essence of what the law was all about. Again, going back to the love of God. And when asked, teacher, what is the greatest commandment in the law? There's 10. So, and then for the Jewish people also as well, they created laws that build upon the 10 commandments. Even more, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that as well. So then people, like, I think at the time also wondering as well, then, is it out of just, necessity that I just carry out the law? But what is the essence of the law? And that's where Jesus said, the greatest commandment is to love God, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two commandments. And this is again, we going back to Jesus emphasizing also as well. He came to fulfill the Old Testament law. He didn't came to remove it. He came to show people how the law is meant to be lived and what was the essence, which is to love the Lord and love the neighbor. And I think today, what's the call? You might be asking, John Paul, what is the call for today? Jesus wants of me. And he calls us not only to follow his commandments, not only to follow his law, but to live it out and to remember the heart and the essence of his law. Not to be consumed by the externals. I think many of us like, oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. We need to ensure that we are following it word by word, or ensuring that not only me that lives it out, but other people live it out so as well. But we must remember the commandment of the Lord, where he said the greatest commandment is to first love the Lord and his neighbor, the essence in everything that we do. So how is that expressed, or how is that shown? For example, thou shalt not kill. So then how can I will not kill anyone, I will not murder anyone, or or stab anyone in that sense. But what is the essence then? Thou shalt not kill, but thou shalt give life. How can I give life to other people? Through the words that I say. Because words also carry weight. How can I ensure that I give life to people through my presence, through my time, my effort, through the things that I do, the things that I say? This is what the Lord is really calling us, to live out the essence of his law. So for instance, let us live out the grace the Lord has given us through this commandment. Let us remind ourselves the essence and heart of his laws. All glory and praise to our God. God bless you.